Hi, it's Ren from Spirits of Fashion. Welcome back to my channel. I still have a bit of laryngitis after 2 weeks, but I'm going to do a video in probably 3 parts, maybe even more. I thought it would be fun to go ahead and unbag a huge load of clothing that was given to me by my brother-in-law. His wife's mom had passed, and several months ago, they were showing me on a Zoom virtual call what they had and if I wanted it. But it's so long ago, I don't remember what it was. And they had just dropped it off. So I thought that it would be fun for us to go through this together. So I don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in there. So it'll be a surprise to both of us. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we really get started, I just wanted to comment on what I'm wearing. I have a very close friend who visited me over the weekend, and she gave me a number of things from her mom, who had passed, unfortunately. And she wanted the clothing to go to someone who would really enjoy them, and that someone's me, thankfully. She had beautiful taste, and this is a Talbot sweater. And what I love about it most is that it so looks like a flower power top from the 60s or early 70s, most likely late 60s. So I just thought it would be fun to show that today. I'm wearing earrings I thrifted really recently, these yellow fun summer earrings, and a fun summer bracelet I thrifted a while back as well. So that's just a little bit about what I'm wearing today. But let's get right into this bag and see what we have, because again, I don't even know. So let's have fun. First piece is this cool floral. I mean, I like florals of any kind for the most part. And this looks like it was probably 80s. If you can see, there is that seam. Usually there was a top that went with it that would go over that instead of being tucked in. So this part probably would not have shown, this top part. Maybe this is in the bag somewhere, but again, we're going to get surprised together. It looks like an 80s tag as well. So it's just, something that you can tell, see if that focuses, that it is an older piece. So most likely 80s from what I can tell. And the next piece I'm pulling out is this lace shawl. This is knit, of course, and has all of the fringe. I don't know if this woman made this herself. It's very possible, but it makes me think of in the early 70s when we used to call them granny shawls. People sometimes made their own, or they would buy them made like this, and they were worn with some of what we used to call granny dresses, which were, almost Victorian inspired. I showed some of those in my last video. So this would have been a perfect combination with those boho type granny dresses. And this could be worn today, really, to a wedding. A lot of times when you go to a wedding or another special occasion, it's really, maybe it's warm outside, but the venue is very cool, very cold. So this is a perfect piece to slip on that's still dressy, it's timeless, and it can be worn over, say, a sleeveless or spaghetti strap dress so that you won't be freezing inside with the air conditioning. So very cool, timeless piece, like I said. Now what's next in the bag is a handbag. Surprise. I forgot that they had even talked about handbags, but I can't see, it doesn't have it's going to be embroidered on it. It's an off-white bag. I don't know how old it is. It's probably 90s, I would say. And it's just, simple, nothing, but it does come with a wallet. So I thought that was kind of cool. I'm going to look for any tag or label on there. Oh, this is interesting. It's for credit cards, cash and coin, and coupons and receipts. So very cool, very good way to keep organized in a stylish way. And that goes right in this little pouch here. So I just thought that was kind of cute. Again, I don't see a label on it. I just saw that embroidered B. So we're not going to worry about that, but it's a cool little piece, probably from the 90s. Guess what I found? I found the top of that 80s skirt outfit. Here it is, right here. Same print as the floral print that was on the skirt, and big old shoulder pads. So that just makes me convinced it's 80s. And I, for one, mix my decades all the time. I am not one to go with the trends like I used to. It's more about personal style. It's more about what I think looks good on me or is just fun to wear, what resonates with me. And sometimes I just like to go back to my own past and wear something 80s or early 90s just because it's so nostalgic. But anyway, this is the top of it, and it says CB New York Made in USA. So that would be worn over, like I said, over that skirt, and it's even bordered here. So it has a finished border, so you would not tuck it in. So I love that the outfit is complete. Next is this intriguing looking green piece. Oh my. Oh well, look at this. Sort of a mint green. Feels like that double knit we used to get in the 70s. So I suspect this is late 60s, early 70s. And it is encrusted with these beads. I don't know what she would have worn this to, but it looks like a late 60s piece to me. And just the kind of empire waist and the beading and all of this trim just reminds me of that period. There is no tag that I can see. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. But it doesn't say anything but dry clean only. Oh, and it does have this red, white, and blue. It's very hard to see it. These old labor union tags, women's garment union tags that by 94 were gone, or not gone, but changed completely into a new label. So I know that this is before 94, and I think it's probably much sooner, much earlier on, which would be around maybe late 60s, early 70s at the most. But it's a full-length dress. It could have been, I don't know if it could be a mother of the bride, or it could just be a very fancy occasion that she went to that she wore this dress. And I always say I love the idea of someone's spirit, someone's energy still being around in some of the clothing they wear, because there were stories attached to it, attached to each piece. And I really believe that that lingers on. And that's why I named my company Spirits of Fashion. I really think that things are passed along and energy is passed down. It never goes away. And it just brings something special to each piece to me when it has that history, especially if you know who owned it. It's again, my friend's mom. It makes me feel like I'm carrying a piece of her with me whenever I wear something that she had once owned. So that's my little spiel on that. Okay, very fun dress. Now I got something bright pink. No, not really bright pink. Oh my. Wow. Same era. Late 60s. Maybe early 70s with lots of beading. Oh, this is fabulous. Look at this. This is probably, like I said, late 60s, early 70s. It's a full-length gown. It's also trimmed on the sleeves. So you've got on the cuffs, you've got the same trim as the neckline. And the sleeves are chiffon. So it's a very interesting piece. And the back has a whole layer of chiffon. Actually, I'm looking at the front. Yeah, it's big panels. It's big. Like I said, I'm learning this too. I'm just opening it now. So there's panels that cover the main solid dress, and it's chiffon panels. And in the back, there's the same thing, but they are separate from the rest of the layers. So I just think that's intriguing. I love that. And it was another formal dress. I'd love to know where she wore it and when exactly, but we know the decade or very close to the years where it would have been worn. And I remember these being younger, and moms of the brides or whatever would be wearing these embellished pieces with this sort of kind of floaty look to them. So that's a lovely piece there. Okay, again, I have to split this into about 3 or 4 parts because I don't want to do too long a video, but I just think it's a lot of fun. Oh, wow, look at this. another double knit piece. I would say definitely probably late 60s because I was a kid and I had a dress that was made of this material. I was about 11 years old and that was 68. So I would say 60, anywhere from the late 60s to very early 70s. And it has a zipper right down the front with yes, that's another telltale sign of late 60s, early 70s, especially. I'd say early 70s, but this pull tab was plastic. And I have a couple of dresses in my collection that have that same type of thing on the zipper, which really brings it to that time period pretty specifically. And they've got little flowers embroidered on the collar and the stripes that go down, sort of giving it that princess line. So very, very cute. I could see someone younger wearing this too, and with some white go-go boots or something, and it would really be sort of sweet as a more modern outfit, or wear it with more modern accessories and modern footwear. And that would just give it a modern twist while still wearing something that's true vintage. And it just gives the washing directions. And as I thought, 100% polyester. So this was a very, very common material to use in that period. So very fun. Wow. Wow. Look at this piece. When I say shoulder pads, I do mean serious, serious shoulder pads. This is an 80s piece. Hopefully this comes across well on camera. It's a very light pink background and it has gold and silver embroidery, gold and silver threads in a floral pattern. Very, very lovely. And it does have a belt. The bottom is chiffon, very light. And the back is a zip and it has this lovely belt that will go around the front of the dress and just tie into a nice little sash. So here it is. Oh, it even has some Velcro on it so that's how it fastens. But again, it's a formal dress. So this is a long piece, maybe midi length, because in the 80s, that's what you did see. Midi, they tried to push midis on us in the 70s, like I said in my last video. It didn't really take completely until I'd say the 80s when everything went below the knee and right around calf length. And the maxis had sort of gone out of style from the 70s. So in the 80s, you've got the midi length, and that's what this was probably supposed to be. I don't know how tall the woman was, so it could very well have been a maxi or closer to a maxi length on her, but these are big shoulder pads. So lots of fun. Again, it can be modernized. Lots of people take shoulder pads out of garments if they want to use it without that much extreme in the shoulders, but I think it takes something away from it. I've tried it myself. Sometimes they put shoulder pads on with Velcro so you can actually take them out. I just find that it just changes the whole shape of the shoulder, but your choice. So if you want to wear something like this, it would be a lot of fun. It has a label. It says Patra, P-A-T-R-A. I don't know that label. And then of course it's rayon, metallic. The lining is polyester. So very fun piece. Modernize it. Wear full 80s if you want to. Just have fun. I'll do a couple more pieces and then we'll continue this in my next video. Ooh. Oh my. Okay. Oh, this still has the tag. This still has the tag. Oh. I mean, this reminds me of a 50s house dress, but it isn't. It's got that same telltale sign of the zipper with the plastic pull. And the label is Zip and Dash, polyester and cotton. Yeah, definitely a 70s dress here that you've got. Zip and Dash tag. The clearance price on it was $5.97. It had originally been $15.96. So how cool is that? Zip and Dash. Relax or be on the run in our easy care, easy wear Zip and Dash fashions. Sears. It was from Sears. So it's really crisp. It's really a nice feel on the fabric. And it has that same type of tie belt or sash belt with some pockets in the front. Very fun to even dress up if you wanted to. You could use it dressed down with sneakers, or you could dress it up with kind of like a summer type booty, or kind of a nice pump that was on the casual side. It would just kind of make it look cool. Sneakers, or you could even dress it up and make it more of a formal dress with the right accessories. But love that. Okay, last one for this video, and I will continue on next time. Ooh, this looks like a, this is what they used to call dusters. My mom had these. These are something you'd wear around the house to do cleaning, maybe some dusting. Maybe that's how it got its name. But it was worn as a very casual garment so that you could work around the house, but you were still more dressed than being in your pajamas. So I remember that very well. This has the tag still on it. It even says duster on it. And it's simply basic is the tag. And it's a very cute little print, floral with this little yoke around the back and front. And it snaps. These dusters usually had snaps, so they're very easy on and off. Instead of fooling around with buttons, the snaps can be a lot easier. So it's fairly long, and it would cover pretty much anything you wore and keep it clean at the same time. Keep the dust off it or any other dirt that you're trying to work with in your home. So that's a duster. So again, new with tags, or I should say older piece with tags. This was probably 70s, 80s as well. Love it. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you there for today. I wanted to keep it short because my voice is still a little scratchy, but it's much better since last week for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I'll do a few more of these. I know the hauls are fun, but I do like to throw some fashion history in there too for you, which hopefully I'm doing when I'm doing these hauls. So hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell so that you'll know when my new videos come out. And if you did not see my video last week, I did upload our ebook on how we opened our store, Nostalgia Antiques and Collectibles, which we no longer own but still exists. How the whole journey that we took to get there, to find the spot, to get the the merchandise that we needed. It's a fun story, so it's a free upload. My website has it right there. It's on ebook, and there's no charge for that, so you get to go and have fun reading it, and maybe it will even inspire you to do something similar yourself. So thank you again for watching, and remember, as always, style never dies. Bye!